I've got too much junk on this table. Okay. So we're starting there. Delete after reading. Oh, I like the 80s sounding music. To fully put on headphones, have a pen and paper handy in case you need to take notes. I have a pen. I don't think I have a pad of paper or anything like that. Hold on one second. This is what I needed for blueprints too. I don't have a notebook. No, I do not. So I might just have to use a... Alright. Well, maybe I'll just use my head, or if I guess I could bring up a notepad. The only thing is, every time I pull out the notepad on this, oh, I don't want to show that on camera. Yeah, no, okay. Whatever. We'll just start a new game. If I feel like I'm gonna need notes, I'll find something. Today is the worst day of my life. Today is without a doubt the most despicable, miserable day of my life. Today is without a doubt the most despicable, disastrous, catastrophic, miserable day of my life. This morning my toast fell on the floor, butter side down. The bus driver closed the door right in my face. At recess, my best shot at a goal flew straight through the window of the principal's office, the only one on a 200-meter long wall. As if that weren't enough, I've been given the part of a tree in the school play. Today is without a doubt the most despicable, disastrous, catastrophic, miserable day of my life. And to top it off, today's lunch was cauliflower. Cauliflower cheese. When I get home, I head to my room. I close the door behind me and flop onto my bed. I'm thinking that if I lie here and don't move a muscle, bad luck will finally get off my back. That's when I remember the strange object I found on the bus on my way home from school. It was on the empty seat next to me, as though it had slipped out of someone's pocket. I showed the driver, but he just muttered something about taking it to the lost property office. I take it out my backpack. It looks like a super strange cell phone. Actually, it could be an insanely cool calculator, or maybe a GPS from a Soviet era. Who am I kidding? I have no clue what it is. Oh. I hold it in both hands and take a closer look. It's quite heavy. It looks older than my grandpa, yet it also strangely looks like something from the future. I've never seen anything like it. I wonder what on earth this piece of junk is for. I turn it round and flip it over, searching for an on button.
Honey, how's your homework going?
Uh-oh. Oh. My homework. After the day I've had, I'd completely forgotten about it. What a drag. I'd better hide this gizmo before my mom spots it. Reluctantly, I take my notebook out of my backpack, open it, and start reading where I left off. Ugh, this is officially impossible. There's no way I can concentrate. I can't get that bizarre gadget out of my head. What if it's a teleporter to parallel dimensions, or a guide for intergalactic hitchhikers? I need to investigate more. No. Homework comes first. Wait! This is what I'm gonna do. I'll leave it up to luck. I rip a page out of my notebook and screw it up into a ball. If I get it in the waste paper basket, I can play around with the strange gadget. If I miss, I'll do my stupid homework. Oh my god, this is me in high school. Oh. Whoa! Son of a slug! What on earth was that? Something just sped past my legs and slipped behind the closet. It looked like a rabbit wearing sunglasses. But it was so quick I barely got a glimpse. I jump onto the bed and crouch there as I scan the room. Is there really a rabbit behind my closet? I pluck up the courage to slowly creep across the room. The gap between the closet and the wall is barely bigger than my pinky finger. There's no way a rabbit could have squeezed in there. I take a look inside the closet. There's absolutely nothing there. Only some clothes and a few pairs of sneakers. I'm going to have to move it away from the wall to see what's behind it. I pull with all my might. The closet has barely moved an inch. Okay, another inch. This is impossible. Whoa! I'm going to need to pull it at least 5 more times if I want to find out what's behind this closet. I did it. Now there's a gap big enough for me to slip behind the closet and figure out where that sneaky little critter went. But there's nothing there. Just a wall covered in dust. Wait a minute. There's a small hole in the wall. It's barely bigger than the tip of my finger. I lean forward and peek through it. Holy Sith! Every time I blink, I see something different. Beware. Huh? What the fuck?
Stranger, a tall man with broad, powerful shoulders.
What's that noise? It sounds like the TV, but who turned it on? There's something fishy going on here. I pull my head out from behind the closet and stand up.
With only wooden sticks as weapons, they fought long and hard. Finally, with one quick, powerful motion,
It's like an old-timey show.
the stranger knocked Robin Hood into the stream.
There's something fishy going on here. I pull my head out from behind the closet and stand up. I slowly walk over to the screen on the other side of the room. This TV is older than dirt. What a piece of junk. I should turn it off. I plop down.
With only wooden sticks as weapons, they fought
I plop down onto my bed and scratch my head in circles with both hands. It's a technique I invented to help me concentrate and mess up my hair at the same time.
Stranger, a tall man with broad. Stranger,
You must
And
always
what else is-
check the nuts and bolts that hold the truck to the board, because if you lose one of those nuts, chances are you're going to fall down and really hurt yourself. Okay, now that you got your skateboard tightened up,
What the hell is going on?
the next thing to do is look for a good skateboarding spot. Crowded streets just aren't the place to ride. I mean, you can't have any fun skateboarding with crowded streets. There's just too much in the way, like pedestrians, cars, parking meters. Sooner or later, you're going to run into...
Now you men know what to do.
Is this copyrighted material? I don't want to get in trouble. Machine? Incredible machine? What the fuck? Wow, what? The incredible machine?
We're at the beginning of a new wave of research. Our creative powers are being stretched.
What? Hold on a second. Hang on. It almost looked like it was forming a QR code.
We're at the beginning of a new wave of research. Our creative powers are being stretched.
What the fuck? I might have to pause this later. Oh, wait, there's more channels. Oh, there's no sound there.
Stranger, a tall man with...
Okay. That was weird. What if that pesky rabbit went under my bed? It can't have just disappeared. I'd bet my last Milky Way I saw a rabbit wearing sunglasses run between my legs. I crouch down and stick my head under the bed. Nope. There's only an odd sock, some old trading cards, and the remains of a muffin. Oh, and the chest where I keep my Dragon Balls. Here they are. Here they are. I had 7, but one mysteriously disappeared a few months ago. It's a shame I can't summon Shen Long, but I keep the rest of the golden balls with their tiny stars under my bed, like hidden treasure. No trace of the rabbit. This is pointless. Wait, what's that noise? It sounds like an alarm. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? Why does this art style remind me of Dexter's Laboratory, though?
Stranger,
Why? What? What? 5. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I need something to write on. Okay. So... first off... spades, diamonds... What is that? Spades, diamonds... What the fuck? Crown. Seven-star Dragon Ball. Equals what?
stranger, a tall...
5. Oh, wait a minute. Do I write the number on that? No. What? Hold on. Beware. Beware. That's a W. Right? The crown is an O. Destiny. Okay, so it's spelling the word two. So it's two. What was that? Spades? Spades equals a T. So it's spelling the word for the number 2. I feel like I need to brew another cup of coffee. Brew another pot of coffee. This was what was left of the pot I brewed this morning. Okay, so that spells out the word number 2. So that's 2.
Stranger.
Where is it? So that's spelling 2 times 5 times 7 equals what? That spells 2. So 2 times, that was drawing the number 5, so that's 5 times 7 equals what? 70? Order of operations? 2 times 5 times 7 is 70. Whoops. 70? I love that how the remote says pony, because it can't say Sony. I had 7, but 1 mysteriously disappeared. It's a shame I can't summon Shenlong, but I keep the rest of the golden balls with their tiny stars under my bed like a hidden treasure. Ah! TV channel 7. What? Read before deleting. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, 0. Wait. Oh. No. 0. 70. No? Is it 257? No? What? What? Oh, TV channel 7. Wait.
Stranger.
2. 5. 6. It's not 7, it's 6. Right? Three, 4, 5, 6. It's 256. No? Oh, okay, so I was right. You're multiplying those. So it was 60. Read before deleting. If you're reading this message, whoa, okay. If you're reading this message, you've probably had a rubbish day. In fact, we're pretty sure you've had your fair share of rubbish days. And this one definitely won't be your last. unless you do something about it. Destiny exists. He's not an abstract concept, he's the real deal, and a very powerful and impulsive guy. Destiny is entirely possible for bad luck in all its forms. He's behind every terrible thing that happens to us, with no regard to the consequences his whims have on our lives. Destiny writes our futures in a magic book he never lets out of his sight, which he keeps locked tight. Despite how unreasonable and baffling his decisions may seem, everything in Destiny's book ends up coming true. However, an underground group of individuals with very special powers has been fighting against Destiny and his injustice for centuries, protecting the balance of the universe. Nameless and faceless, we are nobody. And anyone could be one of us. Anyone intelligent, brave, and willing to do whatever it takes to rewrite Destiny's book and fight against his outrages. If you want to be part of our group and help us on our next mission, this is your chance. Are you in? Yeah. Simov, not meta at all. A secret door. This can't be real. So this thing is a ghost detector? And they want me to take part in a mission. Help them change what's written in a book belonging to Destiny? This is too much. The strange device suddenly vibrates again. There's a new message. I quickly duck under the table to listen to it.
We don't have much time, so I'll cut to the chase. If you're truly willing to fight against Destiny and his injustice, you must first prove you're worthy to be part of the team. Let's see if you've got what it takes. If you can figure out how to open the door behind the closet, we'll count on you for our next mission. Take a good look at the ghost detector report, and you'll find all the clues you need. Oh, and don't forget to put the things on the list in your backpack. You have until 8. Hurry, hurry! Time is running out. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Great, so now it seems I'm dealing with ghosts. I need to get some air. I walk over to the window and lean my forehead against the cool glass. I close my eyes and breathe out slowly. What a day I've had. At least this proves my theory. Bad luck definitely follows me wherever I go. For some strange reason, I'm number 1 on Destiny's blacklist. But as it turns out, I have a chance to change that. If I'm accepted onto the team, maybe I'll learn how to change things. That would be so cool. I could change my grades to A's on all my exams, I could score that game-changing penalty, I could choose whatever part I wanted in the end-of-year play. I would own my future, and never have another bad day, and I'd never have to eat cauliflower cheese ever again. I flop back onto the bed and take another look at the ghost detector. Here goes. I open the file containing the mission report. Mission codename, The Curse of Penguin Island. Team members, Tomate, Cinco, Nina, and you? Tomate, Cinco, and Nina? What strange names. And there's a question mark after my name. They don't seem to trust me much. Required inventory, flashlight, matches, Swiss knife, compass, rope, dark clothes. Potential, very likely risks. Destiny knows of the existence of our organization and is on the lookout. He's not at all amused we're trying to rewrite this book, and given how cruel and impulsive he is, he's probably going to seek revenge. With the simple stroke of his pen, he could have us reincarnated as deep-sea fish or send us to the 5th dimension, where lost socks end up. But these are the risks we're willing to take. Remember that it gets cold at night, so bring a coat just in case. We don't want you to catch a cold. Wow, so the danger is real. We have to be extremely careful out there. Going up against Destiny sure is a mean feat. Shoot, I only have until 8 and the clock is ticking. Mission instructions. Anyone who has ever played a video game knows that The Curse of Penguin Island is only the best game ever in the history of the planet. Alright, grab the pen. Why is the O? Hold on. Why is in the history of the planet being surpassed only by its sequels, The New Curse of Penguin Island and the newer New Curse of Penguin Island. The announcement of a fourth game in the series caused a huge amount of hype. There was no doubt about it. The even newer Curse of Penguin Island was going to be the bomb. Yet, thanks to Destiny and his whims, the only copy of the game in the world, a super exclusive, ultra limited edition, has found its way into the hands of a cruel and merciless, dim-witted moron. This is totally insane. The Curse of Penguin Island, it's the best video game saga of all time. I've been waiting forever to play the fourth part. I must have played the first 3 times more than 20. First 3 games more than 20 times. I've been, especially the first game of the series, where the rapper penguins D-Rock, NCA, and Mike B make an appearance. I have to find a way to open the passageway behind my closet. I don't have much time. The clues are in the report, so I'd better keep reading. What was that? There's someone at my door. I feel like I'm reading a kid's adventure book. Whoa. Phew, false alarm. It's just my mom. She's brought me a sandwich and a hot drink. Fortunately, I had just enough time to jump up and hide the ghost detector under my pillow before she opened the door. I'd say she didn't see anything, and it's almost better that way because I can already imagine her bombarding me with a ton of questions. Where did you get it? You didn't steal it, did you? Don't you have an exam tomorrow? Wow, that was close. I take my notebook and a pencil and pretend to be completely absorbed in my homework. I take a couple of sips from the mug. The hot chocolate burns the tip of my tongue, but it's so good. I let a few minutes pass before I tiptoe over to the door and peek through the keyhole to check the coast is clear. It's clear. There's no one there. I retrace my steps, go over to my bed, and pull the ghost detector out from under my pillow. I continue reading the report. Okay. Now there's different colored letters. I don't know what that means. A couple of weeks ago, the Banksy auction house put the only copy of the even newer Curse of Penguin Island up for sale at a private auction. The bids came in thick and fast as fans battled it out for the chance to own this one-of-a-kind game. But at the very last minute, the game was sold to an anonymous buyer in exchange for an unspeakable amount of money. Whoever this anonymous buyer is, they decided never share the game with anyone else. Now millions of Penguin Island fans will never get the chance to play the newer adventures of their favorite characters. A whole of gamers will be traumatized forever. I'm pretty sure these are band references. That's supposed to be The Who, and I think that's Nirvana. That's funny. Who could be so cruel to do such a thing? What was Destiny thinking when he wrote it in his book? This should appear in the dictionary underneath the word injustice. Oh. Enter the code to make A133 talk. Matches. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Disney. Okay, one step at a time. Before I forget, I'm going to put the things on the list in my backpack. In my backpack, I open my drawer. Here's everything I need: a pocket Swiss knife, a few badges, some matches, several pieces of candy, a flashlight, and my trusty old friend Gomez. Oops, it doesn't work. Seems to have a screw loose, literally. I think I'll need a screwdriver to tighten it before pressing the power button. That's loud. Ah, why is that so loud? There we go. Oh, there we go. Before pressing the power button again. What? What do you say, Gomez? Shall we sign up for the mission? My little robot friend? I remember he used to say funny things when I pressed his buttons in the right order. That's not important now. I don't have much time. I better keep reading. Enter the code to make... I don't know what the code is. Number the prisoner? Alright, there's another. Wait a second. Oh! Hold on a second. I was looking at this all wrong. So it's green? Red, green. Red, blue. Green, red, blue. Green, red, green, red, blue. Or not. Oh, it spells Gomez. Hold on. Blue is Z. So O is green. Wait, what color is E? E was red. So we're spelling Gomez with the colors coordinated there. Whoop. So it's G is red. O. M. E. Z. Got it.
The cup and the penguins tell you the hour. The matches and the blue pin tell you the minutes.
What the fuck did you just tell me?
The cup and the penguins tell you the hour. The matches and the blue pin tell you the minutes.
What the fuck are you talking about, Gomez? What? What the fuck did you say?
The cup and the penguins tell you the hour. The matches and the blue pin tell you the minutes.
The cup and the penguins tell you the hour? The cup doesn't tell me anything. Okay, matches. Matches equal 5. I don't know what the cup is telling me. Right, down, left, down, right. What? Okay, I don't really know what you mean by the... Yeah, I got that. Better keep reading. Alright, our mission is to rescue the video game so everyone can play it. A game only one person can play is like a swimming pool without water, a pen without ink, macaroni without cheese. We can't let Destiny get away with such a despicable deed. And last but not least, you must leave absolutely nothing behind. There should be 0 evidence. So, if there's only one thing you remember to make it this, as soon as you finish the mission, you must delete this document. I'm done. That's everything, and this report supposedly contained the clues to open the door. I'm going to have to put my thinking hat on. I look behind the closet again, but the little hole that was there before has disappeared. I run my hand along the wall to make sure. Nothing. It's completely smooth. I decide to try tapping my knuckles against the wall. Wait! It seems as though some parts of the wall make weird noises. They sound totally different to others. Seems there's a gap here. I don't know how, but I'll get to the bottom of this. Where are those damn clues? I'm going to have to read the report again. Wow! Hi Dex, how's it going? Okay, the issue is I don't know what he meant by the... penguins. Not too bad. Kind of taking a break from Tiny Bookshop to play something else. I bought this morning because it was on sale for like $1.29, and it was on my playlist from like March of 2023. So I decided to get it, and we're playing it today. Okay, so that doesn't do anything right now. I wonder if to mate Cinco, Nina, and me, if we're the... What if we're the penguins? Okay, so that's wrong. But that's what we're interacting with right now. I've been waiting forever to play the fourth part. I must have played the first 3 games more than 20 times. Oh, wait. Okay. Especially the first... series where the rapper penguins D-Rock, NCA, and Mike B make an appearance. Okay. I still don't understand the cup. I can't do anything with the cup.
The cup and the penguins tell you the hour. The matches and the blue pin tell you the minutes.
The matches and the blue pin tell us the minutes. Well, there's 5 matches. And the blue pin had a 6. 56. But then the hour is what we need to figure out. Start, end. There's 1 cup.
The cup and the penguins tell you the hour. The matches and the blue pin tell you the minutes. The cup and the penguins tell you the hour. The matches and the blue pin tell you the minutes.
The cup and the penguins. What the fuck? Hold on, where's the Hold on a second. Where does he talk about There we go. D-Rock, NCA, and Mike B. Does that spell something? Is there a number with the letter B in it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? No. Unless it's 3? 13? Is it 13? No. not 14. What about the cup? What strange names? There's a question mark after my name. They don't seem to trust me much. And you? The cup. The blue pin just says number 6. Unless it's 9? But the button's oriented upside down. There it is. Anyone who has ever played Wait. But I still don't know what the cup means. Arrows, maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that doesn't make sense either. There's only one cup. There's 2 cups. Is it 12? No. $14? No, I already tried 14. $23. 2 cups, 3 penguins. What the hell? A small historic town near my city is doing a bunch of Halloween events, and one of them is a zombie run. In the promo picture, they have the nurse and Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. That's awesome. There's a when we were looking for wedding venues, there's a small town not far from where we live, like 40 minutes, that goes all out for Halloween. Like their town literally looks like Halloween Town. It's crazy. It's not actual Halloween Town, but there's pumpkins, decorations, all the stores participate. It's huge. We almost decided to get married there, but It was a little bit out of our price range. But yeah, it looked cool. It was on the top of our list, but we ultimately went with someplace else. We love Halloween. That's why we're getting married on Halloween. And then immediately flying to Florida to do Halloween Horror Nights on the last day that they're doing it for the year. Like, we are barely making it there. That's how we're kicking off our honeymoon, is going there, and then we're going to Disney right after that. This town is an old mining town that's super haunted. Oh, shit! What town is it? Oh, I guess I don't want you to dox yourself, but if you're comfortable sharing the town. Virginia City. Okay. Because I was thinking I might have watched an episode of Ghost Adventures where they investigated that mining town. I don't know if it was Virginia City or not. Oh, Oh, alright. I guess I already... Whoa. Incredible. I've been living in this house my entire life, and it turns out there's a whole other floor above mine. This definitely has something to do with ghosts. I pluck up the courage to slowly start climbing the stairs up the gloomy passageway. It's pitch black, but up ahead I spot a ray of light filtering through a small wooden door. Whoa. Yeah. I finally reach the last step. I stop in front of the door and gulp. My hands are shaking and my palms are soaked with sweat. Knees weak. Palms are sweaty. I don't know if I can do this. I look behind me. My head is swimming with doubts. What if I were to go down the stairs, back into my room, put the closet back where it was, and forget all about this? No. No way. I can't just stand by while millions of people miss out on playing Penguin Island because of Destiny and his whims. I own my decisions and my future. I open the door. I walk into a small attic. I'm completely paralyzed. It could be fear or something, or complete shock. Standing before me are the three oddest, most peculiar people I have ever seen in my life. I remember reading their names in the report: Nina, Cinco, and Tomate. Well. So you've passed our little entrance exam. I guess we should welcome you aboard. Nina, a 103-year-old ghost in the body of an adorable little girl. Nina is an avid video game fan, so naturally she's outraged by Destiny's dirty trick and takes the mission to recover Penguin Island very seriously. She is adventurous, brave, very intelligent, and has supernatural powers. But if he's made it this far, he must be pretty smart, for a human I mean. Cinco. Nobody knows how old Cinco is. Maybe he's 100 or even older, but he looks like a child with pointed elf-like ears. He is shy, absent-minded, dreamy, a little on the short side, and very modest. He comes across as a bit of a wimp, and that's because he is. Come on, I could have done it with my eyes closed. Tomate. Tomate never leaves the house without his sunglasses, tie, and hat. Is he like a Blues Brother? He always says the first thing that pops into his head. He's pretty strong considering he's a rabbit. Dogs are his weak point. He hates and fears them to an equal degree. He's funny, easygoing, direct, and often takes things that don't belong to him. Now I know where that Dragon Ball went. Okay, now we're all here. We have to find out who has kidnapped the only copy of Penguin Island. Destiny is not going to get away with this. We all know what to do, right? I don't. I haven't read the mission report. What's all this about Penguin Island? I'll tell you about it on the way. Come on, let's go. What? Are you just going to stand there and gawk? Or are you coming with us? I'm coming with you. Chapter 3. What the Eye Cannot See. Public friend number 1. It's beginning to get dark when we reach the Banksy auction house. Nina suggests we go over the mission report on the ghost detector one last time before we leap into action. Objective: get the video game back without Destiny finding out. Mission: sneak into the auction house and find the address of whoever bought the video game. Step 1. Slip past the security guards and find the office belonging to the manager of the auction house. His name is Chris Salt. There you'll find the information you're looking for. Useful tips: one member of the team must distract security guards. They then must stand guard outside and warn the others if danger arises. They'll whistle if anything goes wrong. Another member of the group will disguise themselves as the auction house janitor and enter the building using the staff door. Once inside, they'll open a window so the rest of the team can get into the building. They'll then stand guard outside the manager's office. Do you hear that? It's the mate. He must be distracting the guards, Nina asks. And now, if all goes to plan, Cinco should appear in 1, 2, 3, 4, and... I looked it up, and Ghost Adventures went to oh yeah, Goldfield Hotel, between here and Vegas. The Washoe, I do remember the Washoe Club, and I remember the Clown Motel. I should start watching those again. My fiance used to watch that show with her mom a long time ago, and I used to watch it. And I think we have access to it. I think it's on Hulu or something. We should pick those shows back up and start watching them again. I used to watch the crap out of it. I used to watch new episodes like every week. I would like save it on the DVR. Cinco should appear in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excuse me. Before Nina can finish counting down, Cinco pops his head from behind the door, disguised as a janitor. Quick, hurry, he whispers as he signals to us nervously. Nina and I scramble into the building and duck behind a counter. The manager's office is upstairs. You go ahead, I'll keep watch, Cinco says quietly. Perfect, Nina replies. Remember, whistle if you get into any trouble. Cinco winks at us just before Nina and I turn to run up the stairs, trying to make as little noise as possible. We find the manager's office in no time, but... You're kidding! The door is locked. The report said nothing about a locked door. Nina, however, doesn't seem worried. Hold on to me. I'm going to try something. What are you going to do? I ask, intrigued. Nina suddenly pounces on me, and I find myself holding her in my arms. With great concentration, she leans closer and whispers something in my ear.
Close your eyes and count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Ouch!
What the hell? Hey, Nina! What happened? I look down, and instead of Nina in my hand, there's now a key that chirps, hello! Holy cow! I drop it in shock, and it clatters to the floor. Ouch! Be careful, you klutz! Is that you, Nina? I ask. My voice is trembling. Of course it's me, Nina replies. Come on, let's not waste any more time. Do you think you can use a key? I place Nina between my fingers and insert her into the lock of the principal's office door, turning her very, very carefully. It worked! We're inside the office. While Nina recovers her human form, I take another look at the mission report. Step 2. Locate the manager's computer, search the database, and find the buyer's name and address. Useful tip. The computer may be hidden inside a locked safe. The password to open it must be in the same room. Not so useful tip. If at any point during the mission you have to move a rhino from the Belgian Congo to the city, whatever you do, don't turn it upside down. You'll make the poor thing dizzy. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. We have to find the computer belonging to the manager of the auction house. We split up to scour the office. It's a huge room and the decor is quite over the top. If you ask me, there are paintings on the walls, an aquarium, a coat rack with a hat. Over the top, if you ask me. There are paintings on the walls, an aquarium, a coat rack with a hat, a bust, and a large designer table with an answering machine on top. But there's no trace of a computer or a safe. Where could they be? Whoa, okay. Answer machine C-133. What is Simov? They make everything, dude. So you can turn into anything? I asked Nina, as I rummaged through the drawers of the office desk. Then why don't you turn into the computer we're looking for? Look here, it's not like I have superpowers or anything, Nina replies, making light of her ability. I can turn into just about anything except electronic devices, because then I would get an electric shock. Makes sense, I think to myself. Ghosts have their limitations too. But come on, that's enough chit-chat. We have to keep looking, says Nina as she puts a briefcase that was leaning against the desk onto the table. What's inside? Wait, no, it's in here. Up, right, wait, I don't think it's in the same order, is it? It is. Okay, so A is up. There we go. Great, we did it. We're smarter than a dolphin with an internet connection. Okay. We can hardly contain ourselves as we open the briefcase, but inside all we find is a piece of paper. That's it? There's nothing else? Nope. We have no choice but to keep looking for the safe and the computer, but we've already searched the office from top to bottom, and we haven't found a single thing. We sit on the floor with our backs against the table. We stare at the wall, lost in thought. We go over the report again, just in case we missed something. Useful tip, strong indications that there are invisible clues. Invisible clues? Of course. Why didn't I think of it before? Says Nina. She jumps up and grabs the ghost detector out of my hands. It turns out if you press a button, the ghost detector goes into scanner mode. Whoa! Yes, how cool. The light shows things we couldn't see before. Well, maybe this office... Oh, the L is blending in with the... Well. Maybe this office holds a secret or two that were right under our noses. Whoa! What? Ah! What? Ah! Oh my god, there's so much just... Line B. Something E equals 3. Okay, back up. What? Oh. DBSR 45. That's what this is. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm drawing this really quick. I can't draw to save my life. Okay. Well, we know that there's 3 jellyfish. We know that there's 3 jellyfish. Line B? One? Oh, skull! 1. E equals 3? I don't know what that means.
Look how the red light shines. Look how the red light shines.
3. But what the fuck is this then? Is that just telling me that there's 3 clues? Haha! We got it. It turns out if you press a button, the ghost detector goes into scanner mode. How cool. Maybe this office holds... Yeah. Of course. We find the computer inside the box. Next to the computer, there's a card holder packed with cards belonging to the auction house manager, Chris Salt. You open it and try to turn it on, but you can't seem to find the button. The on button. Wait. Chris Salt. What the fuck? Chris Salt. 3s. Wait. Here on the bottom. That's not a screw. That's the button. ID. Oh. 3. Okay. 3, 4. Wait. Is it 96187? Oh no, we already did this. What screw? Oh, no, okay. $6949? Huh? That's not a screw, that's a button. Wait, are those real websites? Sorry, the sound's gonna go off for a second. Chris Salt, no, Banksy Inc. Banksy'sInc.com. That's not a real website. I figured as much. Am I missing something? ID. Three 496-187 or 6949. 346949. Or 6949. Is it 6949? 6949. There's a card holder packed with cards belonging to the auction house manager, Chris Salt. You open it and try to turn it on, but you can't seem to find the on button. That's the button. Yes. I'm missing something. Oh! Wait, what? ID secret. Oh! C is 1. R4, S9. T is 6. And we know from before that E is 3. E equals 3. Because that was on, that was in here somewhere. Yeah, E equals 3. Okay, so the ID spells secret with those number combos. Yeah, start over. So, 9, 3, 1, 4, 3, 6. We're in. Ghost detector. P4 Tron 3S. 3S Condites. Simov. Bring the hereafter into the here and now, from 0 to 9,999 years. Compatible with all types of ectoplasms. What the fuck? All-inclusive detection. Thanks to its ultrasonic ether particle scanner, this device can detect ghosts, sprites, time travels, and all other types of entities. Wondering if you're truly alone? Activate the ghost detector and find out for sure. Crystal clear communication. Hear voices from other dimensions like never before with the most sensitive microphone system on the market. Communicate with the other side with the message manager. Lost language translation package included. This feels like an 80s or a 90s commercial. Next world storage. Storage capacity for hundreds of text messages, files, and audios. 656 megabytes of memory to save your memories of the afterlife. Featuring an agenda and calendar up to the year 1984. Interdimensional discovery. Built-in wide-range infrared light for viewing specters and other ectoplasmic entities in the dark. What's more, thanks to Blacktooth technology, you can now connect to other devices and operate them remotely, and even establish long-range interdimensional connection networks. Infrared light beam. See reality through the eyes of a spirit. No, Siri, stop. Was starving, had a burger delivered, cashed in reward to pretend I wasn't being charged $5 for delivery. Nice. I'm starting to get hungry. But it's starting to get too close to dinner time, so... Or I could run up to the gas station and just pick something up. See reality through the eyes of a spirit. Use the infrared light beam to reveal what others cannot see. Transcend the hereafter. Help save suffering souls or condemn evil spirits with the ghost detector. Join and manage interdimensional missions thanks to its many features. Whoa! Warning! The ghost detector is equipped with a secret function so you can use it as a door to the afterlife. Activate only in cases of extreme emergency and use with extreme caution. Available under the counter at grocery stores. Exclusive offer for living beings. Reserve yours today. I should have kept reading. The Pink Poodle and the Mansion. Okay, with that, I'm going to take a quick break. So I can go pee and get something to drink. And then we're going to continue this, because this is, like, super fun. I needed a change. I've been enjoying Tiny Bookshop, but that's all I've been streaming for, like, 2 or 3 weeks, other than a couple demos. So it's nice to take a day off of that. Tomorrow we'll probably play more of it. But I'm enjoying this. Okay. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Just make sure I... Okay. Back to the game. Oh, also an ad's going to play in about 40 seconds if you're not subscribed. Sorry about that. I should have timed the coming back from the break sooner than that, but... Alright. Chapter 4. We park up in front of the luxury housing development where Skrillhex, the guy who seized the only copy of Penguin Island, lives. I came on a scooter, Nina on a skateboard, and Cinco and Tomate on a bike. We're all dressed in black from head to toe. What a sight. We look like a gang of ninjas. We circle the wall surrounding Skrillhex's mansion until we reach the front door. This is it, Nina says confidently. I'm starting to feel a bit jittery, but Nina looks remarkably calm, as though breaking into someone's house were something she did every day. Are we going to jump over the wall? I ask nervously. No, we're not going in this way, Nina replies. We'd be caught in no time, she says as she hands me a map. I put the map into my backpack, where I also have the flashlights, the supplies, the ghost detector, and a pair of pliers. Apparently I had to grab the pliers. Maybe. We circle the house, avoiding the areas lit by the street lamps. Our information is correct. Skrillex is out. GG's welcome back. Hell yeah. Skrillex? Isn't that a dubstep guy? Skrillhex? Isn't Skrillex a... Am I remembering that right? Isn't that the dubstep guy? If our information is correct, Skrillex is out of town on a business trip, but there are bound to be guards patrolling his mansion. Oh, that was the other universe. We stop in front of the garden fence. It's way too high up to jump over. There's a gate, but it's locked with a padlock. We're going to have to break the padlock, but with what? I have the... Oh, is this like turning into a choose-your-own-adventure now? Tomate grabs the pliers and cuts the lock without batting an eyelid, as though it were made of butter. Cinco pushes the gate open and we tiptoe through it single file. Skrillex has a huge back garden. It's as big as the schoolyard, but there's only one kid in this yard. A big, selfish bully we're going to teach a lesson once and for all. It's pretty dark, but I can make out a bunch of trees, some bushes, a statue with a fountain, and a pool at the very back. Crash! What was that? Oh, what a fright. It was Cinco. He tripped and fell face first into the ground. I help him up. I hear a dog barking in the distance. Have we been caught out? Oh no, Tomate hates dogs. I hate dogs, growls Tomate. Shh, everyone be quiet, Nina whispers. Let's split up into two groups. We duck under the high trees and thick undergrowth and make our way over to the pool. There's a guard patrolling the pool's perimeter. We make a quick detour as he doesn't spot us. The guard does a couple of laps, then walks away from the pool. We take the chance to slip into the garage. Would you look at that? Turns out Skrillex has a small collection of ultra-luxury cars in his garage. Why does someone need so many cars, especially just to have them parked here and covered over? That's what I'm saying. When I was a kid, I wanted to get rich and buy a Lamborghini, but at 31, almost 32, even if I had that kind of money, I don't think I would ever buy it because I'm not that interested in cars. What is the point of spending $250,000 on a car I'm never going to drive? It's like if you're into cars, that's one thing. But I could care less. All I want is one car that functions, has some conveniences, that isn't gonna, put me in serious, isn't gonna bury me in more debt than I can pay. Anyway. We can see the mansion's security checkpoint from a small window in the garage. It's a small cabin tucked away in one of the corners of the garden. There's a guard inside the security cabin watching the video surveillance cameras. Nina explains the plan. Excuse me. If we want to get inside the mansion, we first have to distract the guard in the security house. So we can then sneak inside and disconnect the alarm system. Tomate is in charge of distracting the guards. He's an expert. He'll hide in the bushes by the pool and sing a song to get the guards' attention. When they realize there's a singing rabbit, the guards will lose their pickles. And when Tomate scampers off at top speed, they'll never catch him. Meanwhile, Nina, Cinco, and I'll take advantage of the confusion to override the security system. Tomate sneaks out of the garage, and we crouch under one of the ultra-luxury cars while we wait for him to do his thing. I really hope this plan works. This is so nerve-wracking. After a minute or so, we hear Tomate belting out his favorite song. The guard leaves his position in the security house and heads toward the pool, flashlight in hand. It's now or never. We creep out from our hiding spot and dash over to the security house. Security room. Oh yeah, we made it! We're in a tiny room surrounded by hundreds of screens. On them are images from the security cameras. There it is, Skrillex's mansion. I bet it's protected by a high-tech security system to ward off intruders, and there must be a ton of alarms too. According to the ghost detector, if we want to deactivate the mansion's security system, we need to figure out the code to access the control panel. If we find these combinations in the report, but we have no idea which code is the right one. Let's see. 2 empty diamonds equal the letters L-A-G. Lag. R-E-G. Rat. 2 black circles equal rat. But then, what do the 3 empty circles on the control panel display mean? Oh, that's what that is. Securitex. So if that means lag, that means reg, that means rat. Gat. No. Let's see. 2 empty diamonds equal the letters L-A-G. What? This means reg. 2 black circles equal rat. Maybe A means 2? R means it's filled in. G is diamond. I'm just trying to think. G shows up where the diamonds show up. R shows up when things are filled in. Maybe A equals 2. And maybe L means it's empty. So if we're looking at 3 empty circles, maybe T equals 3? No, because that's in there. Maybe T doesn't have any meaning, unless T is the circles. It must be. That's the only letter that's present here. So T equals circles? I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm making this shit up as I go. Okay, so if it's 3 circles, then it's gotta be T. L? G? No, not G. L. No. R? Hold on. Of course, I can't turn looking away mostly and just here I'm making this shit up as I go. I really am. I'm just kind of plugging stuff in. Like, this is how my brain works. I'm just like looking at patterns and writing shit down until something starts to make sense. But I love that. I love puzzles like this. Okay. Okay, so I can't interact with this at all, so this is all I have to go off of. Ad's gonna play in about 5 minutes. L is only present when they're empty, which I wrote down. G is only present when they are diamonds. A is only present when there's only 2 items. L is only present when those are empty. T is only present when circles are present. E. E is only present when there's 3. Okay. So if we're looking at 3 empty circles, we're looking at E. Ah, come on, stop passing. Oh my god, I keep doing it. E. Wait, but what comes first? So filled versus not filled? So maybe start with L. L-E-T? L-E-T. Ha ha ha! That's it. I've disabled the alarm. Now we should be able to sneak into the mansion with no problem whatsoever. The easiest way to get in is through the kitchen, so we find a spot to hide facing the back door and go over the mission report one last time. Classified document. Find relevant documentation and retrieve video game. Location, safe and secret room. Access via library. I'm riding the high of solving that puzzle without a walkthrough. It's been a while since I played a puzzle. I should get back into I need to get like an actual journal and maybe start Blueprints over. Because I haven't played it in almost 2 months, and I stopped in the middle of a playthrough. Anyway. We wait only a couple of minutes, but it feels like forever. Suddenly the back door of the kitchen opens, and a chef comes out carrying some garbage bags. As he drags the garbage bags to the dumpster, Nina, Cinco, and I dash toward the open door and slip into the kitchen. What, like Mission Impossible style? Just roll in there as he walks out? The kitchen. Smell of apple pie wafts through the kitchen. I've never known how to pronounce that word. Wait a minute, where's Cinco? Cinco, put that down! Nina yells suddenly as though scolding a little child. You're always thinking about your stomach. Okay, Cinco replies, putting a half-chewed piece of apple pie covered in drool back on the counter. That's funny. Cinco's the dog, I think. No, Cinco's not the dog, Tomate's the dog. Or not the dog, the rabbit. Without wasting another second, we leave the kitchen. We walk into the dining room. It's a huge room. There's a long table in the center, surrounded by chairs. At the other end of the dining room is a double door. Maybe it's that way, Nina says, not sounding convinced. But wait. There's also a smaller door to our right. Which of the two doors leads to the library? To the library? This is just a tiny bathroom. It's very lavish, but it's so small you need to bend your knees to sit on the toilet. How else do you sit? What? That's an interesting observation, I guess. Let's go back to the dining room. So it's through the double door? Woof, woof, woof! We walk through the double doors into the living room, and an extremely bad-tempered pink poodle stops us in our tracks. It won't stop barking. For such a little guy, he growls like a wild wolf. Get him to shut up, and do it fast, Nina shouts. Cinco steps forward. Leave it to me, he says. I'm going to hypnotize it. But do you even know anything about hypnosis? I ask suspiciously. Cinco starts waving his arms and hands around above his head as he stares directly into the dog's eyes. Is he just doing this at him? The poodle stops barking for a moment. Intrigued by the spectacle, but after a few seconds it starts barking again, this time even louder. There's nothing we can do. We can't go this way. We have to go back. We are back in the dining room. Now there are only two possible options. We head back into the kitchen, we go into the bathroom. Kitchen. We rush back into the kitchen and find, much to our surprise, that the chef is back after throwing out the garbage. Oh, Jesus. This is not going as planned. Now he's in the middle of plucking a chicken. Cinco is about to scream, but Nina clamps her hand over his mouth just in time. She brings a finger to his lips, gesturing for us to keep quiet. If we stay here, sooner or later the chef is going to spot us. It's too risky. We head back into the dining room. Uh-oh. The evil pink poodle has made it this far. As soon as he gets a whiff of us, he starts running around and barking like crazy. The dog chases us round and round the long table. Let's face it, we look pretty ridiculous. After 10 or 12 laps of the table, I start to feel quite dizzy. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to be sick. The only way out is the bathroom. The four of us squeeze into the tiny room and slam the door behind us before the poodle can follow us in. Jammed together, we hear the small beast barking and scratching at the door from the outside. We're trapped. We have to do something. This way, come on, says Nina, as she points to a small window on the shower wall. It's our only way out. I give Nina a boost up so she can climb out through the window. We hear Cinco say, "How strange. What is this doing here?" He's reading a note taped to the toilet seat. Nina and I look at Cinco, slightly puzzled. "What?" he says, smiling. "I always get the urge when I'm nervous." "Well then, be quick about it," I say as I help Nina climb out the window. Eat Man? Nasty Penguins? Battle Royale. What? Alright. Stairs. Nina, Cinco, and I scramble through the small window, landing on top of each other. Luckily, none of us are hurt and we seem to have thrown the dog off the scent. Up ahead, we can see a landing and a staircase. We can go up or down the stairs. I don't know where to go. Down the stairs. Locked room. We go down a flight of stairs and find a very solid-looking metal door. It must lead to the basement, but it's locked. We have to go up the stairs. Shit. Oh, no. The poodle is heading our way. What on earth do they feed this critter? We have to run. Up. We burst into a hallway with several doors. There's one to the right, another to the left, and one at the very end of the corridor. We've gained some advantage over the poodle, but its barking is getting closer. Left, right, or down the hall? End of the corridor. Studio. Oops. We open the door and standing right in front of us is the butler. He's vacuuming the carpet with a pair of headphones on. He must be listening to music, as he hasn't noticed us yet. We have no choice but to head back. There's one to the right and the left. Let's go to the right. Oh no! The door opens onto a staircase that leads to the attic. We run up the stairs, but the attic is locked. The barks and growls of the poodle are getting closer and closer, so we keep heading down the hallway. To the left. This door won't open. It's locked with a bolt. Hurry, what should we do? That flea bag is going to finish us off, yells Cinco. Oh, this is the gym. He's a nervous wreck. We need to find somewhere else to hide. We race down the hallway. Bruh. Don't move, says Nina suddenly, stretching out her arms and stopping us in our tracks. The poodle is standing right in front of us, blocking the way. He growls and we glimpse its fierce fangs. It has us cornered. There's no escape. This is the end. So much of our adventures, we're going to get caught, and I'll spend the rest of my days eating cauliflower cheese in prison. Unless... Wait a minute. Hey look, I say, pointing at a door that none of us had noticed. We haven't tried that door yet. Just as the poodle is about to pounce on us, I open it and Nina, Cinco, and I scramble inside and close the door behind us. Finally, we're safe. Well, well, well. What do we have here? How's it going, small fries? Hello, sir. Gulp. It's Destiny himself. We're doomed. Now, what are you doing here? You're not trying to change my story, are you? My story? Us? Who, us? No, no way. What made you think that? What a fib. I'm starting to think lying must be another one of Nina's superpowers because she seems mighty calm. Destiny leans towards me. He looks me up and down with his piercing eyes. And this one? Is he new? Where did you find him? He's no one. He's, a friend. Right, Cinco? That's right. He's a friend. You could say that Destiny is enjoying this interrogation. So no one's going to tell me what you seem to have lost here? We came over to play with Mr. Skrillex. He invited us to his house to try out his collection of games. I know you're plotting something. I suppose you already know what happens to those who attempt to rewrite my plans, right? Those are in the wrong spots. He's got us cornered. Yes, of course we know. We'd never dare do that. We're just not the type. I know it's not good to lie, but as my uncle says, you should never lie unless in extraordinary circumstances. And this, without a doubt, is an extraordinary circumstance. It's an extraordinary circumstance. Alright, I'll believe you this once, but let this serve as a warning. I'm watching you. It seems like he bought it. Flush. Did he go to the bathroom? Destiny turns around and floats toward the door. Instead of opening it, he drifts straight through it like a ghost and disappears. We stand there with our mouths open. Blimey! Double blimey! Bedroom. Has he gone? I ask. My legs are still shaking. I think so, Cinco replies. We glance at each other and gulp nervously. We stand there for a good while, taking in our surroundings. This must be Skrillex's bedroom. The bed is huge. There are paintings on the walls and a large flat-screen TV. There's an intercom next to the bed. I guess he uses that to call the butler. Go make sure he's definitely gone, Nina says. Pointing to the door Destiny disappeared through. Me? I ask, hesitating. Yes, you. Go on, she replies, pointing to the door again. I creep into the room as carefully as I can, trying to ignore how scared I am. I walk into a dressing room. There are built-in closets and a couple of giant mirrors. Luckily, there's no sign of Destiny. I'm about to leave the dressing room when I notice that one of the closet doors is ajar. What if Destiny is hiding in there? I'm going to have to check. I walk over to it ever so slowly and pull open the closet door. The inside of the closet smells of mothballs and air freshener. There's nothing but clothes and shoes in here. No, wait. Looks like there's something else under here. I crouch down to discover something shiny in between the pairs of shoes. It looks like a superhero figurine pointing a gun. What's a miniature superhero doing in here? I wonder. What's that banging sound? Should I go back to the bedroom? I get up and close the door. I should go back to the bedroom. I get up and close the door. I run back into the bedroom and find Cinco hiding under the bed, curled up in a ball. Hide! Quick! He yells at me, trembling with fear. There's someone outside banging on the bedroom door. Who is it? I ask, raising my voice, but no one answers. Nina walks over to the door very slowly and puts her hand on the knob. What are you doing? I exclaim. Nina looks at me without saying a word and begins to turn the knob. Oh my! We're going to get caught. The knob eventually clicks, and Nina opens the door. It's Tomate. What's up, team? Says the rabbit with a huge grin. I climbed up the outside wall and sneaked in through the attic. I had no idea where you were. You terrified us, complains Cinco as he scrambles out from under the bed. But the truth is, deep down, we're over the moon to see Tomate again. What about the poodle? What shall we do about it? I ask. Oh, right. We don't have to worry about that anymore. It won't be bothering us again. Tomate replies with a mischievous smile. Good, says Nina. Well, we have to hurry. We need to find the secret room. What did he do to the dog? The hallway is in front of us. To our left is the door that leads to the attic. To our right is another door. And at the end of the hallway is the studio. Ad's gonna play in about 5 minutes, just a heads up. The door to Skrillex's bedroom is behind us. Wait, so if he came in through the attic... We can get into the attic now that Tomate has opened the door from the inside. The attic is full of all kinds of knickknacks and junk. Looks like some kind of antique store. Excuse me. The pink poodle is gagged and tied to the wall with duct tape. The critter snarls and growls. His eyes are full of hatred. It doesn't look as fierce as before. Nina, Cinco, and I look at Tomate, waiting for an explanation. We've signed a peace deal, the rabbit says. He grins and shrugs his shoulders. We go out into the hallway. What the fuck? The door doesn't... Oh, locked room. This door doesn't open, it's still locked. Tomate grabs the doorknob with both hands and pulls with all his might to try and open it. But all he manages to do is let out a fart. Oops, sorry, he says, his cheeks bright red from the effort. Okay. Let's go back into the bedroom. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the sound. I guess let's go down the stairs, back to the dining room, because we're still trying to find the library. We stop on the landing by the stairs. I'm so dizzy. Rather than a mansion, this house is more of a maze, or even a dungeon. We can go up to the next floor, go down to the basement, or go back into the living room. Let's do the next floor. Oh, no, that's where we just were. Living room. We go into the immense living room. There are 2 large sofas and a low table in the center. A majestic chandelier hangs from the ceiling. From the looks of it, I bet it's worth a small fortune. But the most striking detail in the living room is the mural of thousands of penguins painted on the wall. Nina and I gawk at the paintings in admiration. There's no doubt Skrillex is a huge fan of Penguin Island, but in no way does that justify his selfish behavior. We have to keep looking for the library. From here we can go to what seems to be an office, the games room, The dining room. Games room. We leave the living room and go into the games room. Wow, how cool. This is paradise on earth. In front of me is the biggest screen I've ever seen in my life, and it's connected up to every console you can think of. There are even consoles I've never even seen before. They must be foreign, I guess. In the corner of the room, there are shelves and shelves of games in perfect order. There are also a couple of arcade machines and a pinball machine. Geez, Skrillex sure lives the high life. On one of the walls, there's a framed Eat Man poster. It looks like a limited edition. Must have cost a bomb. That's a phrase. There's a line on the poster that reads, "How will Pac-Man escape?" How will Pac-Man escape? You mean Eat Man? At the very back of the games room, I spot a door between the arcade machines. Between the arcade machines. Finally! The library! Phew! Finding this library has been harder than finding the lost city of El Dorado or Atlantis. And what a library! It's lined with floor-to-ceiling shelves jam-packed with every book you could ever imagine. There's not an inch of the walls that isn't covered by books, magazines, or manuscripts. The only free space taken up by the doors is doors that lead to the games room and the office. Sociopathy for beginners? 17. Tintin? Heroes and villains? Vampire? If I look carefully, I can make out several small figure stands on the shelves right in front of me. What a coincidence. The stands are for Super Gomez, Atomic Blonde, and Peludo. Atomic Blonde is the best, says Tomate. The year 3400. Says Tomate. No, Peludo is, Cinco replies. Will you both focus, please? Snaps Nina. We've come all this way to rescue the video game, not to chat about our favorite characters. Hey, have you seen this? I say, raising my voice. When I was snooping through the books, I found some sort of remote control with a button. Let me see that, says Tomate, grabbing it out of my hands. Look, it says shoot. Weren't Super Gomez and the company holding a gun? Does that have anything to do with it? It has all the Peanuts books. But what exactly are we looking for? I ask. I don't know, Nina replies, shrugging her shoulders. Maybe a key or some kind of lock. You mean something like this, Nina? Tomate says, pointing to a box of buttons he found when grabbing a copy of Mad magazine off the shelf. And here's a lever. I say, pointing directly opposite where we're standing. Poodle Love, Peludo, Atomic Blonde. You can make out several small figure stands right in front of me. Blonde and Peludo, and all three are missing. Atomic Blonde and Peludo, all three are missing. This must be Skrillex's office, where he works, although it doesn't look like he spends much time here. We rummage through the desk drawers and lift up the corner of the carpet to see if there's a trapdoor underneath, but nope, there's nothing interesting here. That's strange. There's a sphere-shaped paperweight on the table. Inside there seem to be some small figures that look familiar. According to the map, the door on the right should lead us to the library, or we can go back to the living room. And we'll go back to the library. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Go back to the games room. What? Odds? Conditions, treasure. 17. Forfeiture? What the fuck? Holy Bible. Logos Volume 1. How will Pac-Man escape? Okay. Right? Or no, maybe it's right, down, right. Maybe? There's a framed Eat Man poster. It looks like, how will Pac-Man escape? Okay. Dipping out for an errand. GG's if I don't see you when I'm back. This was a cool freaking game. I appreciate you hanging out. Good luck with your errand. Thanks so much for hanging out. I probably will not be live when you get back, but I might be live tomorrow. We'll see. But thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have Pac-Man done, which I must have already put buttons in. Who is Super? Which one's Super Gomez? Okay, we just did the one for Atomic Blonde. Maybe Super Gomez is... logos. Or maybe it's the library one? Up, down, up? No. Oh no, I have to, maybe I have to do it in order. Poodle love. So something to do with the poodle. What about the poodle? Poodle love trades 5. Paludo. So not gonna be that. Something to do with the poodle. I don't know which one the penguin is, though. I'll go back to the games room. If I look carefully, I can make out several small figurine stands on the shelves right in front of me. What a coincidence. These stands are for Super Gomez, Atomic Blonde, and Pluto, and all three are missing. When I was snooping through the books, I found some sort of remote control with a button. Huh? Remote control. Oh, yeah, it's this. Oh, maybe all about penguins. Down. Maybe it's these Battle Royale books? Treasure. Forfeiture. Odds. Treasure points up. Forfeiture points left. Odds points up. I think I'm missing something here. What? Nasty penguins? What does that mean? Nasty penguins. Up, down, up? Huh. I'm so confused. Or maybe treasure is down? I might need a hint. Try to figure out what letters correspond to the 3 white squares. Oh, and I already did that. I think I already did that. What directions does the Pac-Man need to take to escape? Yeah, I already did that one. The figures in the library look like they're about to shoot, but they're missing something. Their guns, perhaps? Have you seen them anywhere? Their guns? What about the dining room? We didn't even really get to explore the dining room. Bathroom is on the left. Nasty Penguins Battle Royale. Right, okay. So this has something to do with Nasty Penguins. And then this is Battle Royale. So I was on the right track. I think I'm trying to solve the wrong one though. So we need to go to the living room. Was it in the office? No. Yeah. Oh! It's the directions they're pointing. Left, up, right. There it is. I knew it was some combination of those 3. I didn't want to go and look for them. So that opened something. A secret room. When we activated the lever in the library, it seems we opened a hidden hatch. There's a staircase in front of us that leads down to Skrillex's secret room. Now we'd better split up, says Nina. Cinco and Tomate, you guys stay here and keep watch. Anything happens, you know what to do. And us two will head down there and get the video game, Nina says, looking at me. I nod my head. We start going down the stairs and suddenly Nina turns back and says, if this door closes, or we're not back in 5 minutes, get out of here and call the police, okay? Tomate and Cinco nod. Nina and I continue down the stairs, leaving the library behind us. The path leads us to a huge metal vault door that, fortunately for us, is open. We walk through it and find ourselves in a concrete chamber. It looks like some sort of atomic bomb-proof bunker. The decor here is much more low-key than the rest of the mansion. There's a long table in the center of the room, some chairs, a sofa, and hanging on the wall is a large, rather arrogant portrait of Skrillex presiding over the room. It seems to be watching our every move. What does the ghost detector say? Says Nina asks. I take the detector out of my backpack and read aloud. That's crazy. It straight up looks like Skrillex. Mission report. According to our sources, a secret location inside the mansion, you'll find a safe that Skrillex has had custom built. There's a 99.9% chance that the only copy of Curse of Penguin Island is hidden inside the safe. There are also numerous indications that the auction in which Skrillex got his hands on the video game was rigged, and the evidence of that crime is also very likely to be found inside the safe. A rigged auction. I really have seen it all. Some people are capable of doing anything to get what they want. So where has Mr. Skrillex hid that mysterious safe? Nina asks, without taking her eyes off the portrait. Now what's this? I ask, flipping a switch hidden from view underneath the table. The second I flick the switch, the frame moves, revealing a safe behind it. It looks like it's made from armored steel, so we can forget about trying to pry it open by force. This is where things get complicated. We're going to have to figure out the password to the safe to open it. Come on, says Nina. The chances are that the password is hidden right here in this room. Look, I say to Nina, pointing to a wall lined with monitors. There must be security cameras set up all throughout the house. I recognize some of the rooms we've been in. I had no idea there were so many video surveillance cameras. Wow. If Skrillex had been here, he would have caught us right away. Whoa. Come on, Nina says. Let's not waste any more time. The two of us set about scouring the bunker from top to bottom. We rummage inside the drawers, probe the walls, check the ceiling and the monitors. We duck under the table and comb every corner. There's not an inch of the room we leave untouched. When I'm about to give up, I stop and notice a pendulum sitting on a piece of furniture. It has 5 numbered balls. I can't help but lifting one of the balls and starting the pendulum, but its behavior is most strange. Console? Two, 7, 3, 1. What? What the fuck? 2, 7, 3, or 13. Come on, Nina says. Let's not waste any more time. The two of us set about... Oh, yeah. Those don't even do anything. Star? Wait, there's no 7. 2, 7, 23, 17. What is it? 2, 7. Two, 7, 23, 17. Where the hell is 17 then? 2, 7. Okay, we need to go back to the office. Cold beer. Secret room. No. Go back to the secret room. So 2, 7, 23, they're shapes. Or are they dimensions of the things they're zooming in on? So 2 would be 4 sides. Two, 7, 0, because it's focusing on the basketball. It's round, it doesn't have sides. 23. 1, that has too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5? Then 17, 1. So 4051 maybe? The thing is I need to know what room 17 is. Console. The rest don't zoom in onto anything specific. This doesn't either. So what is room 17? Maybe it's the secret room? Two, 7, 23, 17. Ah! No way. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be joking. Alright, well, I think that's good for today. I just lost all that progress. So we'll... I just stream tomorrow. I wrote down... I'm going to cut up to where we just left off out of the next stream. I don't know. I'll figure out how to handle that for putting this over on YouTube. I thought I was going to play through this entire thing, but I guess not. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up there. I do want to finish this, though. But in the meantime, if you're watching this on YouTube at a later date, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the stream, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.